So in this video, we're going to be talking about Sun in Sagittarius in the third house and what this placement means natally. So as you guys can tell, we have a chart here and, the Sun being in Sagittarius in the third house. And anyway, so what does this placement mean? The Sun shows us our personality in astrology and more so how our actions tend to come across to others, and it's also the way that we constantly tend to act. It's something more unconscious about ourselves that remains kind of stable, and it's the value that our actions carry to others and how we want to be seen in the world. So the ascendant, which is also about our identity and our personality, it shows more so our identity and character traits that are more literal, whereas the Sun shows us kind of our ego and the role that we want to play and how we want our actions to come across just subconsciously, and what we feel we are valued for. So it also shows that aspect of ourselves that we're passionate about. So with the Sun being in Sagittarius, this indicates that you're somebody that's passionate about knowledge, information, and specifically things that will expand your mind. So this is an interesting placement, being that it's in the third house, and the third house actually rules Gemini, which is the opposite sign. Now, with that being said, when you have the Sun in Sagittarius, this indicates that you particularly have a passion for information that will expand your perception of the world or expand your possibilities, expand your blessings, expand your wealth. All those kind of things are what interests you. Whereas, the sign of Gemini, this is just about communication for the sake of communication. And it could be about gossip or things that are not necessarily that expansive. And it's all about opportunities and just little small things. So something about having the Sun in the third house in Sagittarius is that you tend to be guided by your ideas and by intellect, because the third house is about logic, ideas, and intellect, and Sagittarius shows what our actions are guided by. So when you have the Sun here, you constantly have a confident approach in your ideas, and particularly you tend to be guided by your mind and what you think. So you're a risk taker intellectually. And the third house, which is also about communication and interaction, indicates that, when it comes to your personality, you're the type of person to take social risks a lot of times, or to make the first move, or to start a conversation. And that's because when you have the Sun in Sagittarius, you are a risk taker to a certain extent, and you are guided. So the universe kind of uses you as a compass for other people. Like, people get inspired by you, or people may copy your ideas in this case because you have the Sun in the third house. But more so, you like to teach other people stuff and you like to influence others. And how you do it is you do it through logic or through common sense. So whereas somebody with Sagittarius Sun in the ninth house, they would just be a preacher. They would just talk their beliefs, and they would influence a lot of people like that. Like, just by speaking their truth with confidence, they can get a lot of people to follow them. But when you have it in the third house, this indicates that you have a more socially aware perspective of life, because the ascendant is Libra. Libra is the natural sign that has the third house in Sagittarius. Now, with that being said, you could be a Virgo, as this chart is. You could be a Scorpio and have the third house in Sagittarius. But like 80% will be Libra. And if you have the Sun in Sagittarius in the third house, this is a Libra trait about yourself. Libra is about agreements, and it's about social awareness. So when you have the sun in Sagittarius in the third house, you love to influence other people and you have confidence in your own beliefs. But the way that you like to do it is by using logic and common sense in order to appeal to the perspective of others. So you like to influence other people, and you like to persuade others. And that's a talent that you have when you have the third house in Sagittarius. Like, you're able to communicate your beliefs in a logical way. And also, when it comes to other people's words, and when it comes to their knowledge, which is what, Sagittarius is about, you tend to process knowledge through a logical lens. So when you hear something, or when somebody explains their beliefs, you like to ask questions and break it down so that it makes sense to you logically. And if it does, then that's what the type of stuff you believe. Because again, with the sun in Sagittarius in the third house, your actions are guided by your logical convictions to a certain extent. Now, the third house is also about communication, and Sagittarius is about abundance or excess, or just large amounts of something. So with the sun in Sagittarius, you are somebody that's capable of having long philosophical conversations with others, because again, you guys like to break down the details of beliefs, and you guys like to logically make sense of things. You guys love asking questions, but also you like to have a debate every once in a while with others, and you like to try to influence others to believe things that are common sense to you, things that you think that should be common sense, but people for some reason don't believe it. Like, you're the type of person that's able to, have a like a either a debate, or you can have like a cordial conversation, like where you just break it down very logically and very easy for people to digest. So a lot of times you guys can be great diplomats, and that's something that the sun can show too. It can show your career. So a lot of you guys can have an interest in foreign relations, or just simply I guess philosophy, or like company philosophy, or things such as like being a diplomat as well, and just being able to come to agreements logically with others, or to be able to persuade others to do something, especially to have faith in something. So like, let's say if you are selling a product, your favorite thing to do is to convince people with evidence, pictures, ideas, or just even logic why they should have faith in your product and why it's so great, because you already, first of all, you already believe in it, as indicated by the sun in Sagittarius. But then now you like to break it down logically to others why you believe it. You don't just believe things and not know why. And that's what sets you apart from other sun in Sagittarius signs. Like, you always think about why you believe things. So this is why it makes you such a great conversationalist, because you just have so much information. Like, you have too much information in your head from thinking about things. And like, you've thought about things from every perspective. And that's what Libra is about, the ascendant. It's about perspectives, balance, and it's about understanding the perception of others as well. So that's why you have your third house in Sagittarius. This means that if you do have that, you logically make sense of other people's logic and of their minds. So, very intelligent type placement. But more importantly, to sum up this placement, if we had to sum it up in one sentence, this shows somebody that is intellectually guided by their mind and that has faith in their ideas. So you guys take social risks. You guys take intellectual risks. So when you figure something out, or when you get some sort of idea, you like to try it out, or you like to communicate it to others as well and see their reaction. You guys are all about offering a different perspective to the world and to other people. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, or you saw yourself in some way, any way at all, in this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel, as well as check out my Patreon, where I post other content and horoscopes, transits, and as well I do a free natal chart reading for each one of my Patreon subscribers. Now, with that being said, I'll see you guys sometime soon in another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.